Hello folks, it's Kevin again, checking in from New York area. And just had a few topics that came to my mind. One is, I wanted to back off a little bit of what I said about carbs. Bread in particular. I didn't mean to bash bread too much. Two is about aggressive, scary heartbeats, which I get with silicosis. And number three is about cancer surgeries. If you ever get to the stage where they say, oh, you got a little cancer in here, oh my God. Or you got a little cancer over there, oh my God. You got like 3 cancers. One here, and one in your head. Way up there in outer space. Do you want us to cut it out? Do you want us to get on your insurance and get your insurance to pay us to cut your body open and just maul you? And leave you with bags sticking out of your colon with full of fluid and things like that? Do you want us to do that? And what I think about each of those subjects. So, here we go, today's video. Number one, I didn't mean to bash carbs all that much. God gave bread for the service of man to strengthen his heart. So general carbs like rice, bread, pasta, these things in moderation are probably quite good for you. But too much obviously could be cancer feeding. It's that simple. On the other end of it is if you don't get enough gentle sugars, your heart will become distressed. So indeed, I didn't mean to turn people off to complex carbohydrates, such as gentle sugar carbohydrates, pasta, rice, gentle bread, that can strengthen and nourish your heart. So that's number one. I wanted to retract some of the aggressive posture I put on it. Number two, if you got this so bad that you get like really aggressive heartbeats, I have that too. And I just wanted to kind of share some of my experience of that and what I think about it and how that makes me feel. So, usually it's when I eat that it feels like my heart's too busy for the food that I've eaten. And I get this really aggressive heartbeat. So that's really scary, isn't it? That's like the scariest thing about silicosis, fibrosis, mesothelioma, or any of those typical similar conditions. I would say this. I'm 200 pounds. I'm way overweight, for a guy my length. And it hasn't killed me yet. It scared me a lot, but it hasn't killed me yet. And I've been able to work out like every day on my heart and work out my heart gently. My heart has been able to take plenty of conditioning, plenty of exercise, and I felt good otherwise. My heartbeat has not gone away. Ever since I first got silicosis, I've had it, and I really expect when I get way down to 130 pounds, I really expect the aggressive heartbeat to continue sometimes. In particular, when I eat food, which is one of the reasons I stressed a light diet in one of my other videos, and light size for free blood flow so you can repair quickly. But the aggressive heartbeat, that's really scary, isn't it? It's enough to make you get more nervous than probably you should be about a condition like getting quartz crystalline silica dust in your lungs, in your bowels, in your head. But it did freak me out, and I was a 300-pound dude, weightlifter, and it scared me. Scared me enough to lose 60 pounds in like 3 months. I was so scared. But you're not alone. And also, that really aggressive heartbeat, I think the heavier you are, the more dangerous it is. the lighter you are, the better you're preventing a heart attack. Also, the lighter and the more active you are, the more you work out, the smarter you're being about it. The less you have to really worry about, even though it is a scary feeling. I would stress that if you are really fit, really light, really lean, and you exercise a lot, and you get some gentle sugars like breads and stuff like that, you probably have very little to worry about if you keep on that trajectory. Even if you get a little cancer, which is the next topic. Anything more I wanted to say about the really aggressive heartbeat? It feels scarier probably when you're my size. When you're like 200, it feels like it's going to kill you. It's beating out of your chest because your heart's so big and everything. But the smaller you shrink your heart down, probably the less danger there is, as long as you get an exercise and some gentle carbs like breads and things like that. And good protein like whole milks with some fat. All right, so the third topic, cancer. Let's say you get a cancer. Let's say they say one day you go in for a screening or you start bleeding from your stool or something like that. Or you feel like you have a lot of diarrhea. You go to the doctor and they want to screen you for cancer. And you get screened and they say, oh, we come back positive with colon cancer. Let's screen your lungs. And so you say, okay, like a good patient, and they screen your lungs. And they say, you got a cancer in there. And it's not as big as the one in your colon, but let us check your head too. They check your head, and they find a little cancer in there. They find a little one in your lungs, and they find a little one in your head, and they find a stage 1 or 2 tumor in your colon. Is that something you should be really, really scared about? Is that going to kill you? Folks, no, it's not going to kill you. And not only that, but you might be able to live to the end of your days without getting surgery, without your insurance paying for that, without any fear that a little bump that you barely feed at all, that you work out, you make it all skinny and stuff, is really going to hurt you. If you start having really aggressive bowel movements, if you start bleeding from your stool, that may be different, might be much more uncomfortable. But I'm going to share in this video why I personally have some drawbacks on getting surgery for almost anything. Number one is that surgeons get paid to get on your insurance and get your insurance company to pay them. I'm not saying they don't care about you. I'm saying they do care an awful lot about your insurance money. And they might just want to give you a surgery that would leave you with bags hanging out of your colon. They might want to cut open your chest and yank this little bump off your lung for some reason. Or they might want to cut open your head and pull one off of your sinus where you breathe in this dust. And now you got a little bump going on. They want to cut that out. And they want to charge your insurance company for that. I would just say this, for me personally, unless I have a huge cancer, like stage 4 or something, and it's painful, those are kind of my criteria of whether or not I personally would consider surgery. Something as intense and extreme and potentially life-threatening as surgery. Because surgeons get paid an awful lot of money to cut you open, and I'm not going to say all of them, but pretend to really, really care about you. So what I would say is be very careful of accepting surgical advice from a surgeon. And some people would say, be careful of accepting surgical advice from a surgeon. Why would you not take a surgeon's word? Because they're paid a lot of money to get you into surgery. That's why. And I'm not saying they're all untrustworthy. I'm saying that you got to trust your feelings. And if you have a lot of pain that you can't bear in your colon or stomach or lung or head, by all means, that you make that choice of wisdom to have it removed. I have heard that the surgeries can be painful. Can be 20 times more painful than a Charlie horse, the worst Charlie horse you ever got. I heard a guy that had colon cancer removed tell me that just the other day. He had a bag full of liquid coming out of his colon. He was carrying it around with him from colon cancer surgery. Listen, be careful of surgeons. Be careful of doctors. Be careful of people that are paid to cut you open when perhaps you could live it. You could live it out. That is my advice on any kind of surgery, in particular cancer surgery. Because cancer surgery is probably like the new $1 million word for the modern surgeon. He can convince almost anybody to get a cancer cut out and get a huge piece of money for it, just because he says you got cancer. You got cancer? Well, make sure you ask him, what stage is the cancer? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Make sure to remember, how painful is your cancer? Is it on a level of 1 to 10? Can you bear it from 1 to 10? Because surgery is really serious. It can kill you. Surgery can end your life faster if you have it. It could shorten your life. Even though it might not kill you right away, it could shorten your life. And not only that, transplanting is notoriously high mortality a short time after a successful transplant has been transplanted. So I would consider not getting cancer removal if you can bear it. I would consider not getting a transplant if you can bear it. Transplanting is notoriously deadly. Cancer surgery is kind of known as the new catchphrase in the medical community, because cancer is such a hot word. If you have stage 4 or stage, 1 million cancer, okay, by all means. I didn't mean if it's extremely painful, you can't bear it, don't get it removed. But you understand what I'm saying. You understand my sentiments on why I have some drawbacks about surgery with modern insurance companies, modern surgeons, and why they might want to get you in that surgical situation, and how you have to know the difference between when you think you need surgery and when you think that you don't need surgery, and when to say yes and when to say no to surgery. Also, back to that number 2, the aggressive heartbeat. I have not had that go away. I'm 200 pounds, so I'm big right now. Maybe that's why. Maybe when I get down to 130, 100-ish, it'll go away for the most part. But I have had it since I started, and it hasn't gotten any better. It gets kind of worse with the ingestion of food. So usually when I eat, it gets more aggressive. It feels like your heart is laboring to digest more than it normally would, because your lungs may be congested permanently, and your digestive system may have some damage. Like the kidneys maybe you swallowed some and it got on your kidneys. Maybe you swallowed some and got into this lining of this small intestine or the large intestine, which is the colon. If you swallowed some, it came out of your wee-wee. It came out of your rear end. It came out of your front end, which there's almost certainly a little bit in there still. Like there's all this mystery about colon cancer, all this mystery about testicular cancer, in men, prostate cancer. And those are particularly cancer-laden areas. Anyway, that is my third video, and I thought it was pretty productive. And I was glad to talk to you and to meet you on a personal level. And this is just an outlet for me to share my feelings and get me a little more comfortable with what I have. And honestly, just to help me sort out my own issues and give me an outlet. So I appreciate it. Thanks for giving me your time. And I'm going to come out with another video, and hopefully this is making you feel more comfortable too. Like you have a place that you could talk to somebody that's going through some of the same things, and it's fine. And so far. And so, thanks for watching my video, and it's nice to meet you. And I hope you watch some of my other videos. Okay, bye-bye.